Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to Moonday Messages with Michele. This is where we mash up moon messages with Michele and Mondays with Michele. And today is such a fantastic day. We've got a new moon in Taurus and lots of stuff to talk about with that. That happened yesterday. But as you guys know, I believe that the energy of the moon, we feel it for 3 days before and about 3 days after. So we are still fully nestled in this energy. And I can't wait to talk about it because I think this is really, really, really important. Just in general. We're also going to do a little bitty meditation and then we're going to do card pulls because as you can see, I am joined by my beloved friend, Lisa Star Francis, and her gorgeous, gorgeous deck. Let's see, I'm going to put that back. The word Oracle Alchemy System. So if you guys are here and joining us, please say hello. Please let us know that you are. I would appreciate it, of course. And if you want a card, you can let us know about that too, because we will be pulling cards. We will be.
Like I'm at a party. When you start talking, I get the feeling like, oh, I'm at a party now. It's like, I don't know.
Yay! I love that because that's what we want. Oh, hi, Carrie. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Back when I was in my 20s, all
Yeah.
my friends, I was a fashion designer in my 20s, but all my friends referred to me as either the Swami or LL. That was either my nicknames, but the Swami, because I read tarot cards back in the 80s when I was in my 20s.
Okay.
And so they had parties. They had parties, and they would have me come, and everybody would have their cards read by me, and that was the way they helped me as a starving young designer.
Oh, I love that.
They even crowdfunded me my expenses to go to England on a trip through
Wow.
my mommying in my 20s. So there you go.
I love that. Okay, so that's your name from now on, Lisa, the Swami Star Francis. So,
Yeah.
no, regular old plain old Michele and the Swami will be pulling cards for you from her incredible deck. So, welcome, Carrie. If anybody else is here, say hello. I'm trying to get this on. Trying to share my video.
Yeah, let me try to do that too. Let me see if I can do it. Oh, it tells me it's live. So if I can see it live, then I'm going to be able to.
Live. All right.
Okay.
Come on over and join the party. As the Swami said, those were her words, not mine. I love it. I'll take it because you know what, guys? We need some parties. We need some parties. We need some fun. We need some life because life is heavy AF.
Yeah,
There is serious shit going on in this world at this time. And I am always amazed at what is going on for myself, for the people in my circle, for people in general, people that I know through social media. There is a lot going on and it is heavy, right? And so we need lightness, we need brevity, we need laughter so much. I had such an incredible experience yesterday. I had one of the worst days in general that I've had on Saturday in a really long time. It was a really bad day. And Lisa, unfortunately, got to see me yesterday morning in the continuation of that really bad energy during our mastermind prayer group.
Excuse me. I'm not going to take the unfortunately part. That's a poor use of the word. I would say fortunately.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, it was very fortunate for me because our prayer partners are thebomb.com. The Swami and her husband. Anyway, but it was a bad day. And I quickly left our prayer group and got in bed because I just couldn't. think of anything else. It was all I could do. And so I went to bed, and another dear friend called, and within a couple minutes, I was maybe, 40 seconds, I was laughing, a genuine, heartfelt belly laugh. And immediately I felt so much shift.
Mm.
Something so simple, something so necessary and essential lifted me like that. And I don't want us to forget that.
Mhm.
'Cause these are some serious times. I mean, there's a lot going on. I mean, you guys have an election today in Canada, right, Lisa?
Mhm. We do, we
Uh,
do, we do.
we've got elections. I mean, we're well past our election, but the politics are still at the forefront of everybody, thinking and whatever. And it's not that we don't want to be connected and to know what's going on, but we really, it's in our best interest and the best interest for everyone for us to be aware of what's going on, to know what we can do about that, what our responsibility is in that scenario, to take control of it, and then to move from it and be in the space of love and joy, because love and joy are what it's really all about.
Mhm.
That's what we're here for. We're
Mhm.
not here for any of the other mess. We
Mhm.
get really bogged down in the human shit and the mess of being human, because it is messy, and it is messy, and we get bogged down in it. But we don't want to forget. It's easy to forget, to get buried, to get covered in it, all of that, and forget that what we're really here for is love. All right, so let's talk about this new moon in Taurus. Now, I love this. Taurus is an earth sign. Lisa might have some tidbits about Taurus. I don't know. What do you have to say about Taurus, Lisa?
I know nothing about Taurus except that it likes comfort and
Yep.
luxury and food, good
Okay.
food,
Well,
good
there you
food.
go. You know quite a bit about Taurus. So Taurus is an earth sign. So the comfort, the luxury, the good food, those are all basic needs, or not luxury, but comfort, food, things like that, safety. Those are all basic primal needs. And that's what this new moon is really about. So, what I want us to think about is, what primal urges do we have right now? So, what are the basic things about being a human and feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling certain that we need right now? What are our urges in that way? Do we feel like we need to cook better food for ourselves? Like we need to nourish ourselves with food in a really beautiful, caring way? Do we feel like we need to take better care of our sleeping schedule? Do we feel like we need to put some luxury on our bed so that when we get in bed, we know that this is a sacred space that is going to comfort us and protect us while we're in that very vulnerable place of sleep, which is essential, right? So we want to think about all of those things that that we want, that are really connected to that first energy center, the root chakra, right? And so these primal urges that we have, if we're if we don't hold them in check, if we're not aware of them, they can become really destructive, right? When they're nurtured properly, um, they can be really, really beautiful and useful and powerful for us, right? So if we're feeling the need to like nurture ourselves with beautiful food, it doesn't have to be like some big 4-course meal you make. It can be just a simple salad. It can be just a beautiful piece of fish with some fresh broccoli. It doesn't have to be anything huge and elaborate. It's just nourishment. And like, not just assuming, oh, I'm going to eat this. We get in this habit because there's a lot of fad things, a lot of trendy ways to eat, trendy things to do. And I'm not saying the trends aren't good. I think there's benefit to all of it, but we do not want to forego our own intuition for a trend or a fad. We want to be able to go in, and I promise you, like, when I started doing this and when I do it seriously, there's always this fear initially that, well, if I ask myself what I want, it's just going to be chocolate. all day, every day. Chocolate, whatever. And a few chips thrown in because I like the sweet and the salty, right? But I promise you that's not going to happen if you are connecting to your deepest self, your truest self, that part of you, the intuitive part of you that knows underneath all of the noise, under all the clutter, what is in your highest good. You're going to hear it, right? And what you'll know. So some days it's like, if I don't have, I need salmon. Like I need a piece of salmon, and that's that. Like nothing else. That's what I need. And I don't go into I wonder why I need salmon. It's just, oh, I need salmon. Some days it's a salad. Right now, my kick is oranges. And I know some people are going to go, don't eat fruit, whatever. I Oranges are my nourishment right now. Blood oranges and cara oranges. If you haven't had a cara orange, go get one. Life changing if you like oranges. Anyway, that's my thing right now. And so I am honoring that part of me that needs that. So, it's twofold. It's like I need the vitamin C, probably, but it's also the color orange. Like that's all about that second energy center, the sacral chakra, the space of our authentic self and our sexual self and our creativity and our passion and all of the relationships that we're in life. So it's no accident that I need oranges right now when I've got a shitstorm going on in my personal relationships right now with a lot of people that are in my, family. So it's okay. I didn't ask why when I was just feeling oranges. I'm just getting the oranges and eating them. Now, after the fact, I go, oh, okay. I needed that fortitude to help me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important. So, this new moon can also equal a breaking point for frustration, for anger, for resentment. Okay. So, a breaking point can be really good. It's not just about that sigh of relief. Oh, we're done with that. No, it's about the sigh and then get back to clear intentions of how you want to be and how you want to move forward, because the new moon's all about intentions, right? So I'm going to take a second. Hi, Lily. Welcome. Hi, Shirley. Welcome. Hi, Anne. Welcome. It's so nice to see you guys. Hey, if anybody wants a card, I want you to, well, let's see. Yeah, I got to do this before, but we're going to do a little mini meditation. And I want you guys to put just one word, if you want a card, in the chat about like your primal urge. Like, what's your intention for the new moon? Just one word. And doesn't have to have anything to do, like, you don't have to out yourself with your primal urge. You can just say, like, food, whatever, or whatever it is. Okay. So,
I can't write in the comments, just so everybody knows.
oh, you can't, Lisa. Oh, shoot. Why can't you?
Because it tells me I have to sign into YouTube and it becomes like a complicated technical thing for me. Then I go, oh, I don't know how to really do that. I need to get that figured out somehow. So,
All right. Well, we'll work on that for next.
Hi, everybody. I can see what you're saying. I can read along, but I'm not able to comment in the comments.
Yes.
I'm not even going to try. I'm just telling you.
Hey, oh, thank you guys for those words. Beautiful words. Okay. One thing that I want to say is we want to get one intention. Okay. We want not a whole bunch of intentions. We want one intention, one solid, really meaningful intention, and a really manageable intention, because we want to create a space of success for ourselves. When we have a big, complicated intention, that's like self sabotage. We don't want to go there. We're partying. This is a party. Let's have fun. Let's make this fun and let's figure out what we want to do. Okay. So, the key that I got with this moon and with these intentions that we're setting today, and if you're watching the replay, whatever, whenever you see it, is protection. Because when we are grounded into our root chakra, that first energy center, which, by the way, is created from like in the womb to 6 months old. So that is when that energy center is created, when it comes into form, when it is solidified. So think about the womb to 6 months. How much awareness do we have of that time? We have like zero, right? So a lot goes on without us even knowing, that creates that foundation, or that creates a good foundation or a wonky foundation. So it's our job now to find how we can feel safe and protected. Okay. And I always feel like the answer to that is getting control where you can. What is in your control? You have no control over anybody else in your life, right? None. But what is your control within the situation? What can you do? I always think it's great to have a plan of action in situations where I'm feeling out of control, because then that makes me go, oh, there is something I can do. We feel helpless, we feel trapped, whatever. But when we have that plan, we know. So, protection. What's a plan that you can put in place to help you feel safe and protected while you're working on these intentions for the new moon? Okay. Um, you must be protected to be effective with the earth essences and with the root chakra and with everything that Taurus is bringing into this new moon. The foundation of being human. This is really the foundation of being human. Safe, secure, stable. Okay. So very, very basic things. We don't need to complicate it. It's great. And I wrote, don't go for complicated, go back to basics. Okay. So I want you to think about what is your intention for the new moon. And to get a little more clarity, we're going to just take a moment, hands somewhere on your body. I don't care where they are. They can be on your head, they can be on your heart, one on the heart, one on the belly, on the legs, on the wherever. Put them wherever you're feeling. I'm feeling like both of mine go right here. Softly, gently close your eyes. We're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, expand that belly. Exhale through the nose. Feel that belly contract. Hold it for a few moments. Inhale through the nose. Expand that belly, contract through the exhale through the nose, and let the belly softly, gently, naturally contract. We're not pulling anything in. We're just letting it expand and contract. So I want you to just move into that energy space, that first energy space. And if you don't have like a sense of where that is, that's okay. You don't need to. Just know that we're talking about your sense of safety. How safe do you feel in the world? Your sense of security, your sense of certainty, your sense of being protected, your sense of being connected to the divine, to other people, to nature, all that. And it's very possible that you are feeling safe in one area and unsafe in another area. You might feel connected in one area and not in another. It's very often how it is. So just pick what feels off. What part of that, all of that feels off. Your basic needs being met, the very primal part of us. What feels off? Okay. And when you're ready, another nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and come back into presence. And you want to just take whatever came, whatever it was, right? And we want to think about how we can connect being protected to that. So is it a matter of we don't feel protected? If that's the case, then where are we looking for protection? Probably in a place that can't afford us protection, because that's what we do a lot of times. We look for something to meet a need that can't, right? We look for it in a place that it can't. So we want to be aware of that. So where are you looking for protection? So, all right, we've got Carrie, Lily, and Shirley. They want a card. Anybody else that's here that's joined us and would like a card read, please just comment one word for your intention for this new moon. One word for your intention. And everybody, I would just like to know, like, how did everybody like that little pause there? Um, anyway, if anybody wants to comment or say anything, Lisa, if you have anything to say, I would love it.
When it was posed the question, what was wrong? Nothing was wrong.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
I went, oh my God, nothing is wrong. How astounding.
And how miraculous. Like, not only is she the Swami, but she's the alchemy queen. So I love that. I love
It's
that.
really interesting because I did write down my intention, but I couldn't write it down over there. And I said and I never do intentions for any moons. Okay. Like I used to do all the moon circles, all the time, but I haven't for a long time. I usually don't participate for various reasons that have nothing to do with the validity of it, just for
Yeah.
my own reasons.
Yeah.
Anyways, I did write down receiving inflow was my intention. And then I heard nothing is wrong. So I'm just going to go with that and say that's a pretty good message.
That is a fantastic message.
So.
Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, and if anybody wants to share anything, what I love about it is it's just a quick little thing. It took 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and it's so grounding. It resets, it recalibrates our compass, which is everything. And I think it's important that we get out of the mindset that meditation has to look a specific way, it has to be a specific way. That really deterred me for a long time, because I was told when I was first starting on the spiritual journey that in order to properly meditate, it had to be 45 minutes at the minimum every day. Well, I had little kids.
Yeah.
And like, I would be in the middle of my meditation, maybe 20 minutes in, and somebody would need something. And I can't just go, hold on, baby, I'm meditating. That wasn't possible. And so for a long time, I thought, well, I just can't do it. I'll save it for a time in my life when I can. And then one day, like, I was sitting there and I'm just like, okay, I've got 5 minutes. What's the worst that can happen? I'm just going to do 5 minutes. And that changed everything, everything. So meet yourself where you are. Again, it's about setting ourselves up for success, not having these benchmarks that don't apply to your life today. Okay. So now, Lisa, we need from
We
you.
don't have to do it the same way. We could do it any way we want.
What are you feeling today? They're your kids. You guide
them. I think that usually I like to say, what do we tell them? To pick a number. Pardon me. Usually I like that because I feel like the person who's doing it is participating as they would be if they were with you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be that way. So I don't know. I mean, would they just like me to do it for them? Like they don't need to give me a number and I'm just going to get a card and a word for them myself. Let's see what the consent is.
Swami, you're in charge today. You choose.
Well, I think I'm going to just choose the words for them.
Perfect. Okay, so if you're okay, Lisa, I would love for you to have Carrie LeBaron to pick the card for her. And then I'll do Lily, and then you can do Shirley.
Okay.
Whoever else, if anybody else comes, if anybody else is joining us and wants a card pull, please just comment one word for your intention for the new moon. That's all we're asking today in order to get a card. We just want some Dial.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Carrie then.
Carrie LeBaron. Yes, please.
Okay, so Carrie.
I would love a card pull. I need some guidance and good vibes.
Okay, so Carrie, um, where you are right now, I just want you to sit with yourself. I want you to hold in your mind what it is that you um, want guidance and good vibes. Like if you have a thing that you're specifically wanting information about, hold that in your mind right now. And if you just want general information, hold that in your mind. And my belief is that Spirit hears you and knows what you're asking for. And my belief is that my hands are holding this deck and are guided by Spirit to the card that will speak to what it is that you're asking for. And I don't need to know what it is by any stretch of the imagination because I know that the divine knows. And so I ask you to hold that just so that you get the best possible outcome for yourself. Okay. So this is for Carrie. And I trust that I'm led to the perfect card that speaks to whatever it is that she's holding in her mind. And I trust that the divine leads me to that card and to the words that make sense for her. Okay, so I am just gonna get the name of the card because it's one that it's just really interesting that this is in my particular thing for the last few weeks. Anyways, this card, Carrie, is called Shabam. Here I am living a great life. That's the name of the card. Shabam. Here I am living a great life. So
Wow.
this is a thought that they want you to hold. They want you to, I'm not, I'll get the words after. They want you to hold that word. And when you think shabam, here I am living a great life. If you can imagine yourself with some kind of superhero cape on, that you've overcome whatever obstacle you might have, your whatever your form of Clark Kent geekiness is, you've overcome that. Like you've gone inside of the phone booth and you put your cape on. But now you live with your cape on because this is, you're living a good life. You're not just transforming into a superhero and fixing something. It's shabam, here I am living a great life. So you're to be wearing the cape as much as you can possibly imagine yourself in that position, because that is just going to alter your perceptions. If I were to say to you, to say to yourself, shabam, here I am living a good life, that is a prayer and a meditation. It's a prayer and a meditation. It's a proclamation. It's an expectation. It's very good guidance for you right now to use that. Like use that all day long. Like if you forget you have your cape on, put it back on. Go, oh yeah, I forgot. I am living a great life. I got to get my cape back on. Okay, so I can fly high. It's kind of like that. Now let me see what word or words want to pop out from here. Okay, so quaking. Quaking is the word that popped out. So you have to stop quaking in the when there are signs that you're not living a great life. You have to be bigger than the sign. You have to have your cape on. When you see the sign, you have to say to the sign, nice sign, you look good, but I'm wearing my effing cape. Okay? Sign be gone. Sign be gone. And that's really what you need to do is that the reason that you wrote, I need some guidance and good vibes, is because this fear factor, the giant spell we all live under, we all get caught under it because they're scaring the shit out of us every day with something. So really, they're really saying to you, know that the quaking is coming through the fear spell. And the truth is, you've already overcome a lot of stuff. And this card really said, be in this position. This is the here and now. Shabam! Here I am living a great life. That is, it's like as if now I saw Samantha Stevens from Bewitched. So it's like you want to recite that to yourself, like it's like you're twitching your nose. And when you say that little thing, you can just say shabam, because I've said it so many times already that it's already going to be in you. You can just say shabam. You should instantly see the cape. When you say shabam, the cape should be on you. So all day long, you're shabamming everything that is a fear. Just shabam, shabam, all day long.
Oh
Get
my
it?
gosh, I love that so much, Lisa.
Okay. All right.
And can I just say, like, I have a little bit of insight into what's going on with Carrie, and like this message is so perfect for her. So thank you for that. Thank you. Hi, Darlene. Welcome. And we would love to pull a card for you. So, Darlene, we are talking, we started off today talking about this new moon in Taurus and how it's all about our primal urges with this moon and our intentions. It's all very root chakra, you know, focused, and about being protected in those our intentions for those primal urges. So we're asking for those that want a card to just give one word about what your intention might be for this new moon. Okay. And if you drop that, then we'll get your card, Darlene. Thank you. And thank you for that beautiful reading for Carrie, Lisa. I appreciate that.
And it's just a card. Thank you, Carrie. And it's just a card that I just had. One of the recent emails that I sent out actually had that statement in it. So
I
it's
love it.
very interesting how things like that show up. I mean, it didn't show up like how the statement was there, but the way that they're asking her to use it. Really, Carrie, like, wear the cape. Yeah, wear the cape. And they were showing me magical things, and they were also showing me. So I know she has to be the age that she knows about Superman and Clark Kent going inside of a phone booth. And I also know that she must know about Samantha Stevens from Bewitched, because, it's interesting that they give you certain.
And guess what? Her daughter's name is Samantha.
Oh, anyways, that's so interesting.
I love it. Gotta love it. Okay. And can I say one thing with the quaking? Um, I saw this when Lisa was talking about it. I saw the aspens, quaking aspens, and how they look so like simple and common and plain. But when their leaves are out and the wind starts going through them and they have that fluttering, twinkling of all those leaves, it is absolute magic. And it sounds like a symphony. So, like, it's easy to, I saw that in conjunction with what Lisa was saying about life, that it can feel one way, but it's our job to see it for what it really is and to put your cape on. And anyway, I just had to share that because I think aspens are amazing, as you all most people know that about me because I talk about aspens all the time. But anyway, all right, Lily. So, the first thing that I heard when I tuned in was partner and partnership. So, is there a new partnership coming? Are you wanting a new partnership? What is this about partnership that I'm really feeling and tuning into? And then it's like it it feels like, I don't know if this is a romantic partnership, but the caution that I'm seeing is you've got to get really clear about your belief about partnership and in whatever aspect partnership this is. So, like, if it was me, I would spend some time during this moon energy just journaling, maybe, lightly about, like, what are my beliefs about partnership? What are successful partnerships I've seen? What are non-successful partnerships I've seen? And just kind of explore all that and just see what comes up. Okay, so the cards that I pulled, I don't know the name of it. Okay. but it's beautiful. And I love that it's got all that blue on it, which coincides with, the fifth energy center in our communication, which is all about our beliefs and what we adhere to and all that. But what I saw immediately was this piece of gold right here, this yellow. Okay. And so that really, really stood out to me. And I'm going to say it's actually, yes, it's part of this. And there's also purples in there. It's just gorgeous. But this is about this communication center, but more than that, it's about your solar plexus, about you relaxing into your personal power and really finding your confidence. Like, I feel like in some ways you've really found confidence, but there's a couple areas that it's almost like you're hoping this is what we all do, but okay, I'm building my confidence in this area. So then that's going to take care of this area over here too that I really don't love and that I really don't want to focus on, whatever. But it's like you got to do it. So I don't know if that makes sense, Lily, but the word is enlightenment. That's the word that I saw for you right there. Enlightenment. Okay. So, you know, what does enlightenment mean to you? What does it look like for you? How are you feeling it? Are you feeling, drawn to more enlightenment, to becoming more enlightened in some way? Whatever it is, just explore it and have fun. I hope that helped, Lily. Thank you. And oh, hi Kate. Welcome. How are you? We would love to do a card. So, Kate, if you could just give us one word to go with the new moon in Taurus and an intention that you have for the new moon. This new moon is all about our primal urges, so very much about our root chakra and important to feel protected. So, we did a little quick meditation about it, and but if you could put a word in there, then we will get you your card. So, Lisa, that'll be Kate. So, all
Okay.
right, Lisa, Shirley for you.
Shirley is for me. So before I go on, I want to say that Lily's card is called Who is Watching, is the name, Who is Watching. And the basic inference, overall thing that this card would be, helping us clean, because this card speaks about us being able to be unabashedly ourselves.
Ooh,
So that's just the nature of what you were saying. I wanted to
yes. Thank you.
iterate and remind me, Michelle, between now and the next time, I can show you where the names of the cards are if you ever want to reflect on that for yourself.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that, Lisa. I would.
Okay.
Right.
All
All
right.
right. Oh, Kate says nurturance. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So you're pulling for Shirley, Lisa.
Shirley
I'm
and
going to do
Shirley.
Darlene, and then you'll do Kate. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So Shirley, I just want you to hold in mind right now, whatever it is that you want your message to speak to. It can be just give me a general message, just hold that in your mind, or if it's something specific going on and you're saying, I need information, help me know about this, hold that in your mind. And I trust that while you're holding it in your mind, you are heard, and that while I am shuffling and pulling your card, that what you have asked for, my hand is led to the card that speaks to that, and that I'm led to the words that make sense to you so that you can receive the clearest message in response to your desire. Okay. That's for Shirley. Okay, so Shirley, let me get some words. I'm going to words first. Okay. All right. So this is your card, Shirley, and this is actually the very first card of the deck. And this card calls itself Sacred Bubbles. Okay. Oh, there's all it's just like playtime here. Okay, Sacred Bubbles. So of course,
Party time, Lisa, remember?
Party time. So this is really speaking to you, Shirley. Like, if you don't have some bubbles, little blowing bubbles, people have them at their wedding. Kids blow bubbles, little soapy bubbles going through the little hoop. Well, bubbles would serve you really well right now because they want you to use this idea of sacred bubbles and the possibility of all the types of things that are going on in the world. So you can see there's lots of different bubbles here. And that is telling us that there's a lot of different thoughts, premises, storylines going on. There's lots of them. And none are right and none are wrong, is basically what they're saying. But there's lots of them. And these things can weigh us down. And the words that you got that I saw for you are awareness and above. So you're being reminded, Shirley, that to stay with your awareness. You have an awareness that there's a lot of stories. You have that awareness. And with that awareness, you are being shown that you can get above the awareness. So when someone comes along and they bump up against you with a storyline that is asking you to engage in showing me like a badminton or a tennis, batting the ball back and forth between people on a subject. They're saying, you don't need to do that. You can imagine those little bubbles. Imagine yourself that a bubble is big enough. You get inside the bubble fits you. And you put yourself in a bubble. So the person comes along, they want to do that. The way you're going to get out of it is you're going to magically in your mind get yourself in a bubble above. Okay, they want you to get in the bubble and go above somehow. If you can stop inside of you when someone's doing that to you and go bubble and put yourself inside the bubble, let the bubble float up. The other person will resign from trying to converse with you that way. That's what Spirit's telling me. You have the power. Oh, today's all about our power. Oh my God, I can feel it. So you have the power. It's like this superhero shit. Okay, so we are our own superhero. We're so mixed up because the spell is so big, people. The spell is so big, but they're saying you have the awareness. You know this is going on. And you've tried other methods to keep yourself out of the those type of conversations. You've honestly tried a lot of things to stay out of it. And they're saying, try this. It's a bit hokey. You're doing it in your mind. But if you do it in your mind and the other person stops, you'll know it's a real thing for you. And if it works for you once, it'll work for you twice, and therefore, and therefore, and therefore. And if that happens for you, then you're with your acute awareness of what's going on, you'll find yourself above most things, which means that life won't be dragging you down and you will be able to move forward more easily. Like you won't be having to slink around.
Wow. What an incredible message, Lisa. And I just want to highlight one thing you said. We are our own superpower, our own superheroes. So, like, can you expand on that? Or because I think that that's one of the spells we're under, is
Yeah.
that we aren't. So, can you speak to that?
Well, I mean, it's that whole thing. We are living in a time of idolization. I mean, we idolize people for sometimes we idolize people for really good reasons because they are really good people. But when we idolize someone, it doesn't matter if they're a really good person because we're separating ourselves from them.
Mhm.
That's separation. That's not oneness. That's separation.
Wow.
But we're living under a concocted spell. They have us on this thing with followers. Like, I just don't even like that word for what's happening here. Okay. So,
Yeah.
and they use language against us a lot like that. So the truth is, we are all way more powerful than we have been led to believe, and we are under a spell. And we do believe that someone else has the power to help us. I believe it. I I believe it. I believe someone could help me. I'm under the spell too. We're all under it.
Amen.
What can, how can spirit help us? My deck says spirit can help us if Carrie remembers to wear her cape. That's that's the greatest help she could have. Sounds ludicrous, but if she did, if she reminded herself every time she forgot, every time she acted like she didn't have it on and she recognized that and she just forgave herself, oh, I just forgot my cape, and just, said shabam and put her cape back on, that would be the highest form of that. But
Love it.
we're not really trained to do that. If
Oh,
Shirley takes that bubble, when she notices that, whatever she notices, oh, someone's trying to get me into the bat the ball, we're going to go across that net. I don't want to do that. I have chosen not to do that. And all I need to do is jump in a bubble and get up above. That person will stop and I can move on. That's the promise. So the promise is alive. We don't act from the promise. The promise is alive. We have to choose to act from it all day long. It's
I
like
love that.
the 45-minute meditation theory, or the 20-minute meditation theory. And all of us, when we come into spirituality, are going to meet some type of teacher that is going to teach something like that, because that's very common. But then you'll meet the uncommon teacher who will tell you that um, a thousand, a thousand moments in a day, not in a 20-minute period, but 1,000 moments in the day where you catch yourself remembering, oh my God, I forgot. I really actually do own a cape. It came with me. When I was born with the cape. I just forgot. And if every time we just forgot and we put it back on, that's our click. That's us saying, I know I am the divine in manifestation. I am it. It is me. There's only one of us at the party, even though we're appearing separate.
Yeah.
There's only one of us at the party. And so that's what these messages are really here to remind us. Like, nobody is better than somebody else. And we live in a world that is constructed to keep us spelt into a way that we do believe that. Like, just because I can sit here and I can do this does not make me better than someone or worse than someone.
Amen.
I am everybody else. That's who I know I am. And I'm those ugly people that I don't like even.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, we're not just the people that we're attracted to. We're all of it.
The
I
spectrum. Yeah.
I it's that is just such a beautiful message, Lisa, and thank you. And I think it's so important today because all these cards have been about personal power, and it's really about us as humans remembering that that's our personal power, is that spiritual divine part of us, and utilizing it, remembering our cape, and
Yeah.
not criticizing ourselves for forgetting the damn cape in the first place.
Right.
It's
Because we
okay.
all forget. I mean, we came with the cape. The veil goes over us. We forget we have the cape.
Yeah.
If we grow up in the wrong circumstances, perceivably, we'll call it wrong. I shouldn't have used that word. They're telling me. But if we grow up in certain circumstances, we may never find out we have a cape.
Exactly.
We will never find out we have a cape. But the truth is, we do have a cape. And the truth is, it's as simple as remembering to keep it on. And of course, we have to be able to forgive ourselves because we're under a spell. It is not even our fault that we're under the spell. I mean, you can have a lot of forgiveness for yourself when you go, oh, we're all under a spell. Ah, I was caught again.
And the one thing that I want to say, I just want to add, if I can, about the spell. Like, we can think of we're under a spell in terms of, like, a big thing, a big narrative, but it can also just be the spell of the patterns that we were raised with, the beliefs that we were raised with, the patterns of people that we're in connection with now. All of it can be a spell to a varying degree,
Oh,
right?
yeah, we're under it to varying degrees. We're
Yeah.
under it to varying degrees. We're under it to as far as our whole world awareness is. If
Yes.
your world is really big, you're going to be under a big bunch of it. You can't help it. If your world is really small, then the things that have you under the spell are going to be smaller. People who didn't have all this social media 100 years ago, they didn't have as much spell. Okay. They didn't have to do what we have to do today. So, yeah, there's a lot going on.
Kate, Kate says ancestral and past lives too. Amen, Kate. It's all of it, right?
Mhm.
And the thing is, it's big and it's complicated, but the antidote to it is super simple. That's the beauty of it. We don't have to worry about the complication. We just need to get back to the simple. Get your cape. Like, I'm visualizing my cape right now. It is the most beautiful purple with some sparkles on it. It's got like crystals and sequins, not a ton, just here and there. But oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. And I'm so excited I remembered it. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you. So,
Well, we all need to be reminded, even me, I mean, I'm here for every message too. That's the other thing that,
amen. Amen.
I know that everything I say is also a reminder to myself because I know that there's only one of us here.
Shirley says, thank you so very much for that message, Lisa. So you're going to pull for Kate.
Mhm.
Okay. And then Lori, yes, I would absolutely welcome, welcome, welcome. And I would love to pull a card for you. So, Lori, can you give us one word of an intention that you have for this new moon in Taurus? It's all about our primal urges. So, the root chakra, safety, security, certainty, all those things, right? Kate says, we're all one. Yes, we are. And Darlene says, I just got a new purple cape for Renaissance fairs. Oh, I love that, Darlene. We really are one. I love that. Thank you for sharing.
You
How be-
can't make this shit up.
no, you can't. And I mean, there's magic everywhere, right? And I love it. So, okay. Now, Darlene, this is for you. So I haven't pulled your card yet, but I want to tell you that when I tuned into your energy immediately, I saw this experience that I had many years ago. I can't remember how long ago it was, maybe 10 or 12. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But my son is a musician and he's a drummer. And his friend was in this samba Afro Brazilian drumming group and wanted him to join. And he was like back and forth. And so his friend was performing. This is Joey's son, Lisa, who you know
Mhm.
Joey. Anyway, so we wanted to go see Tate. And I had no idea what we were going to. I just knew we were going to see our friend. And so the lights go down and the music starts, and it's these great, big, huge drums that are like 2 feet across and maybe 3 feet tall. And they've got these huge mallets. Ooh, makes me emotional thinking about it. And the first time, excuse me, first time that I heard them, it was like my chest was literally cracked open and my heart could expand to how big it wanted to, like what it had been wanting to. And it literally opened me. Now, Darlene, I think you are a drummer or there's something with drums. I think I've got that somewhere in my brain. So, but this is different. This is like that really, really deep, big drum. And like this is connecting to you being embodied. I'm having a memory really quickly. I think that you said at one point that you have a hard time being embodied. I'm not sure, but that message that they showed me of that experience with me is for you. Like, we've got to really just crack open your heart, like open up. So, the first thing that I'm seeing is you practicing opening your chest, Like, just when we think about opening our heart center, our chest automatically opens, our shoulders drop down, and um, we're open. So, like, practice that as much during the day as you can, with an idea, with your purple cape on, that you're protected in this space, because it feels like there's some protection going on with your heart center. And I know you've lost somebody recently. Doesn't feel like that. This feels like maybe it started around 11, between age 11 and 13, something like that. Okay. So does that make sense, Darlene? And then I'll pull your card. Okay. You do drum circles and have a mother drum. Beautiful. So this feels like, I'm going to send you a picture of this, of what these surdos are like. And um, my son, coincidentally, or just as an aside, my son actually did end up joining the group. And every once in a while, we would have surdos at our house, those big drums, and I would just go and just start playing the surdo, and just like let my heart burst open again. And it was just incredible. Okay, so, and then Darlene says, your past experience this winter blew your heart wide open. Yes, but this feels like something with protection that happened when you were 11, somewhere between 11 and 13, that you put some protections up with your heart. Okay. So I know you had a loss and that opened your heart, but there's still some protections there that are ready to be moved. Okay. They're ready to be moved. Okay. So this is your card. Look at all that purple for your purple cape. Okay. But the middle is white. And I'm really seeing it like, um, it really feels like that's like a golden white, like a very warm, very clear. Okay. So I'm going to do, Lisa's going to be proud of me. I'm going to look up the
Yeah,
card
look up
and
that
tell me
card.
if this is right. Hold on.
Golden tea. That's a golden tea.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get to the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Goodbye and hello. The only word spoken at the holy portal. Did I get the right one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did it! Yay! I can learn. I can learn. Okay. So, what I want to say is today your secret. Okay, say less.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, say less. And um, the word that I'm feeling is tradition. Okay. So I love this word to go with that story I told you about the samba music and those drums, because it's all based in tradition, Afro Brazilian tradition. They merged it, right? So,
And the fact that she drums, right? When she's drumming out her feelings, she doesn't need words to enter the zone. Okay, that card is about saying to us goodbye. So when we want to enter the silence, when we want to meet God, our perception of God, we do not need anything. All we need to do is say goodbye to this reality I'm in right now and hello. And when we say hello, we actually go through the portal. We are instantly with that's the way. So that's really what the card is suggesting is it's just that easy.
I
It's
love that. I
it's
love
just that easy.
that.
And
Mhm.
again, that's what the messages are kind of and it points out that we need to say less. When we go to the divine for counsel, we don't have to tell the divine what we need counsel on. The divine knows we need to say less so
Yep.
we can hear, receive.
Oh, I love that. Okay, and you're right, Darlene. That does look like a flame. It's gorgeous. So, a beautiful golden white flame, right? So, yeah, deep, deep, big drums. Deep, deep,
Yeah,
deep.
and that's a very holy experience for her.
Very.
And I felt like that is allowing her, because when we lose someone, we do go through the experience of our relationship with the divine is somehow suffers in that moment because we want to know why they took that person from us, right? So um, it's easy if she just knows it's as simple as saying goodbye and hello. She doesn't have to have the right words to be with the divine, and the drum beating it provides her with the way into that place without needing words or without needing understanding about why that event had to take place, because we all go to that place.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, thank you for all that insight, Lisa. All right, so Darlene, that was your card. I hope that helps. And she says she has gone into a bit of protection. Of course you have. But again, I'm just gonna say, because it keeps coming, something happened between the ages of 11 and 13 that made you really go into protection of your heart. And so if it was me, I would just look at that time, kind of see what happened there, and not as in like a deep dive analysis, but just like, how can I feel more safe now? How can I feel protected with at least taking one stone out of this wall of protection, you know? And Darlene says, totally makes sense.
Well,
Yeah,
what I want to say is, you're saying, how can she do it? And I'm hearing she just needs to say goodbye to the thought. Okay, so when she's having the thought that takes her to the place down the road where she doesn't want to go,
yeah,
she needs to say goodbye to that thought and say hello to the divine thought. She doesn't even have to have a divine thought. She's saying hello to it. It doesn't have to come. It doesn't
yeah,
have to say anything back, but she's saying goodbye. Oh, I'm thinking that. She doesn't have to be mad. She doesn't have to be anything. She just has to say, oh, I noticed, and goodbye. And hello, divine. Even if I can't reach for a divine thought, I'm still saying goodbye to that. And I'm saying hello to that. And I'm knowing that if I say hello to it, it will appear eventually.
that's right. Oh, I love that. Okay. So thank you, Darlene. I appreciate that. And now, Kate, Lisa's got your card. And Lori, I'm going to do yours.
All
So
right.
getting ready.
All right. So, Kate, I'd like you just to hold in your mind now as I'm shuffling, whether it's something general you want to hear or whether it's something specific. I just want you to hold it now. And as you do, I'm shuffling with the trust that the divine hears you and knows your desire, and that I am led to the card that will speak to that desire, and I'm led to the words that will be easy for you to understand. And so this is your perfect card. Okay. All right, let me get some words on that. Okay, so this card is your card. Sort of looks like, I don't know, sometimes I think it looks like feathers, sometimes I think it looks like some colorful mountain. Uh, I'm just looking up the name because even though I painted them, there's 104 of them, and they have some crazy names, and I like to say them exactly as they're printed because that's part of the unspelling that's happening to us. When we use the deck is unspelling us. It's undoing the stuff. Like, even if we're not even trying to undo it, it is undoing it. Okay, so this card calls itself Birds of a Feather Explore Life Together.
Mhm.
So, birds of a feather explore life together. And the word that I got for you was horseplay. So I got that before I looked up the name. So that's very interesting that birds of a feather explore life together. And horseplay is one of the words. So um, I'm just going to say your preference in life is to have fun. Kate, you like to have fun. You like to have fun, really fun, and like horseplay fun. So when I see horseplay, I am seeing people inside of a swimming pool where one person is on the other person's shoulders, and you're playing that game where you try to knock the other person off the shoulders into the water. Do you know such a game? Anybody ever play that in a pool? But that's what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing horseplay is something like that. Like it's not, it's fun, and everybody's kind of doing the same thing. It's not horseplay where one person was laying in a chair and then they flung that person into the pool who was not even participating in the merriment. This is a kind of horseplay where everybody's participating in the merriment. So I'm going to say to you, ideal situation for you is life being filled with birds of a feather. So people who like the things you like, to explore all the things you like together. That's like your ideal. Like, you could be, if this was astrology, we'd be thinking you're a Cancer or somebody like that who really is cuddly and you know and likes to have fun with people. With people, so it really feels like a people thing. And then the other word I got is hardly. So I'm going to say that you sometimes feel like you hardly get to have fun. You really like it, but you sometimes feel like you hardly get to have it. Okay, so I have this problem. Oh, they're making me out myself. Oh, how fun. How fun for me. So, yeah, they're making me out myself because I also live under this kind of story that I hardly get to have any fun because I love fun more than anything. I've been in people's courses where they have actually said to me, everything can't always be fun. But I think it can be. So, maybe that's why I got this card for Kate, is because she thinks it can be too. And okay, Sagittarius. And right now I have progressed moon in Sagittarius. So the whole thing is exaggerated for me. That's why I'm at a party when I'm reading cards. So you feel like it's hardly happening. And I also do that, feel that way too. And they say that's in our imagination. The hardly happening part is part of the spell. So if we look around and we are on social media, which I am because I have a business and I'm on social media. So I can look at other people being out. Like I see Michelle and Jeff, they're out at rock concerts and stuff. I'm like, if I stay in the wrong place, I'm going to compare that Michelle's having more fun than me. That's what I'm going to see. That's what I'm going to see. So they're saying you're affected in that way too. So even if you are having fun in your life, if you see that, you feel like you're hardly having fun. And so actually, you need to have your vision of horseplay. What is horseplay? That, the vision they gave me was people in a pool on each other's shoulders playing that game where you try to knock each other into the water. So maybe for you, Kate, when you get the feeling, and I think I'm going to try this too because I saw that. So maybe what the thing is to do is when we have one of those moments where I see Michelle and Jeff are out at a rock concert, and then I feel like my life isn't as fun as theirs because I will have that thought. Like I'm pretty clean, but I will have that thought, and because I want to have fun all the time. So anything that looks fun that I'm not doing, I have that thought. So I need to counteract that because when I look at that, I start telling myself I'm hardly having fun. So for you, Kate, same thing. Hardly having fun. When we notice hardly having fun, they're telling us to see the horseplay. Go, oh, and just imagine horseplay. And by us switching away from the idea that we hardly have it and switching to just a scene of horseplay, which we don't even need to be in, is just going to set our pointer back to horseplay and back to fun. That's all we're doing. We're not creating any fun. We're not nothing's magically gonna happen. But if it is a little, one of these little tick tick thingies on a thing, When the wheel is over on Hardly, we're going to go, we're going to go horseplay. And when we go horseplay, we're going to move it back over to the fun side. We're just going to go back over to the fun side. Our trajectory is toward fun, horseplay. See it and make it happen for you.
I love that. Thank you, Lisa.
Okay.
Hi, Nero. I'm Michelle Snelling. This is Lisa Star Francis. We're talking about the new moon in Taurus and we're pulling cards. So that's what this is all about. And welcome. Kate says, always want fun all the time, and it has been too little for too long, and fun is nurturing for me. Kate, I saw the minute that Lisa started talking about fun, I saw that video that you had, that beautiful video with your boys. And it just like when I watched that, I could just feel the fun through the screen, through you, and the joy. So, yeah, like everything Lisa said, right? She says, thanks so much. All right. So, now,
Thank you so much.
yeah, now we're at Lori. And Lori, Aniru, if you want a card pull, let us know. You just have to let us know one word for your intention for this new moon. Easy. Okay, so before I get to Lori, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of stuff coming through, and this might be for you, but I want to make sure if it's for somebody else. So the first thing is I'm seeing a new baby. So where's the new baby? Um, and then I'm seeing the initial V, like Victor, and I'm seeing a 7 and an 8. So that would be July or the 7th of a month, or August or the 8th of a month is something pertinent. So, like, when I'm seeing these things, it's usually like a birthday of somebody, you or somebody in your life that, particular, an anniversary of a wedding, an anniversary of a passing, um, something like that. So the 7 or the 7th of a month, July or August or the 8th of a month. So can anybody claim any of that? What is this? Who is this for? I don't know. All right, Lori, I saw you, and it's like your I believe we all have a pedestal, a a metaphorical pedestal that we live life on. And what we want is we want a pedestal that's huge. We want a pedestal that is so big that we can run and jump and skip and hop and do everything that we want and have all the room we need. That's our wish, but oftentimes our metaphorical pedestal is small or smaller than we want. Yours feels really small. It's like a balance beam right now, Lori, and it's you're having trouble balancing and feeling safe and secure on it. So what I'm literally seeing is you getting in like an infinity circle, like a figure eight, and you're on the one side. So put yourself in one of the circles, and then if that doesn't feel secure, look at the other circle that's open, create what would feel secure, and then move into that circle. And you can just keep moving. And then this one that you move from that doesn't feel safe, like what would help it to feel safe and secure and foundational? Create that, right? Lori says hopefully the house will sell in July or August. Okay, so Lori, thank you for that. Maybe not the baby for you, but where is a new baby? Is somebody in your like circle pregnant or just had a new baby? And where's the V? The V could be like Victor, could be first, middle, or last. This could also be somebody else. They could be like combining the messages. Okay, but the card that I pulled for you is it's a V card. Wow. Okay, because I just pulled this card. I had no idea. Okay. So I love this with all that red and orange and the purple and the a little bit yellow. But the orange is what I really want to talk about. So, Lori, I don't think you were here when I was talking about me with the oranges. Like, I have been craving oranges because this moon is all about like our primal base needs: food, shelter, protection. Okay. And so I was saying that I've been craving oranges for like 2 weeks and been eating these beautiful Cara oranges that I love. And that, orange, that's not only the vitamin C, but the color of the second energy center, the sacral chakra, and all about family relationships and relationships in general. So it's and then I had a big thing happen with my family this weekend. So it's not no accident, right? It's like it was helping me to fortify that area of my body that was going to be greatly affected by this situation, right? So orange, where can you pull in orange? Orange is what you're being called to. And V, let's see, your word is votes. Okay, so to me, that word votes just means like you have the vote. You are the vote. Your head's not the vote. Your critical brain's not the vote. They don't have a vote. Don't give them a vote. Quit giving them a vote. You are the vote. You are the vote. Okay. All right, Lisa, Nira would like a card. Okay, Nira, can you please give us one word for your new moon intention?
Oh, and also I have Nancy that is watching on another platform, and she wrote the word strength. So
Okay,
I
perfect.
believe she's listening over there. I have responded to her. So I am gonna think I should pull a card for her because she did write the word over there. So her name is Nancy. I know
Okay,
she's not here, but I'm gonna give her a quick card and um
Niru. Lisa, I'm going to ask, do you mind reading for Niru too, since this is their first time here?
yeah, sure.
And then they can experience your cards from you, which I love because you're the author, right?
Yeah.
So let's
You're pretty darn good, Michelle. I mean, I'm always I mean, you're good without cards. Okay, so let me just say to everybody, Michelle doesn't really need the cards, people.
but but they're fun and I love them.
Fun,
And
but
I
she
love
don't
to have
really
fun.
need them. She don't really need them. I knew her first in another way before I became friends with her and a prayer partner. So I can safely tell you, she knows stuff
Yeah.
with
Well,
cards.
yes, that
Okay,
is true. All
all
right.
right.
So Lori says no V for me, and the last baby is 1 month old. Okay, but that would be a validation that this person is honoring that there's a new baby. So who this is there a V connected to anybody who's passed? That so it could be first, middle, or last, could be where they live. I don't know. But okay, so we'll move on. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so this is for Nancy. Welcome, Nancy. Thank you.
Nancy. Okay, so Nancy, just holding in your mind what it is you want to know about, general or specific, just hold it now as I pull the card. I trust that the divine hears you and guides me to a card that speaks to you and gives me the words that are right for you today. Okay, and I have this card for Nancy, and this card is called The Crystal Guides Speak. Please listen. So let me get some words. Hush, hush. How interesting. And holds. Okay. So interesting because we got the name first and then we get the word hush. So, Nancy, the crystal guides speak. Please listen. When that instruction comes, it really does mean hush, hush your thoughts, hush your thoughts. Um, and the word holds. Um, your thoughts holds you from having thoughts, holds all of us from listening. Okay. So it's not that if you felt lately, this is your beautiful card. If you felt lately that you haven't been able to hear as you once heard, this card is coming to say you're only not hearing because you're listening to your talk. So you need to hush that so that you truly can listen. So, what does that mean? That means that, again, throughout the day, being in awareness and noticing, oh, I am thinking. This is one of the ways I practice Ho'oponopono and the whole way this deck, because I was always overthinking and overstimulating over everything. We have to give spirit room to move. Spirit cannot deliver a message to a mind that has no ability to hush itself. So we have to use the hush. So when you notice that you're having a big thinking, you're just going to say to yourself, hush, my love. And just actually put your hands on your shoulder and just squeeze yourself a little bit. Hush, my love. As if it is indeed the divine right there, reminding you that the only reason you're not hearing is because all the words in the world, all the spells are the things that holds us over there, holds us. So hush and listen. So all you have to do is just kind of hush yourself and give yourself that little gesture. All these messages are coming with little to-dos, because the word oracle knows that we can go and get a million messages. Okay? People are giving messages all over the place. You can get them. Messages don't work if we don't do anything with them. They just become more words, and the world is full of unused words, unused wisdom. So, when the word oracle works with us, it's trying to give us something to do. It wants us to have that to do moment so that we can make it ours, to take those words and, drink the potion. Drink the potion. Drink the potion. Yeah.
Drink that potion. I love it. All
All
right.
right. So that was for Nancy.
Please?
And
Yeah. All right. And now you've got Niru.
now I've got Niru. Niru,
Welcome.
I'm asking you to do the same thing, Niru. I just want you to hold in your mind whether it's something specific you want to have spirit speak about, or just I want a general message. Whatever it is, you hold that. I trust that the divine hears you, knows your desire, and that I am led to the card that will speak to that desire, and that I'm given the words that you will understand. And so it is. Well, we've got ourselves another V card. So let me just get the words first. Okay. All right. So this card, it has one of those names. It's tricky. So I'm going to get my little trusty book out. Even though I wrote the book, I didn't really name the cards. Spirit named the cards, and I had to just bite my tongue, is what I had to do. Bite my tongue, because there's a lot of not real good English involved, people. And I like to look smart because I have a Leo moon. I want to always look smart. So I didn't like it that they were making names that weren't necessarily grammatically correct. But I'm over it now. I love that about them. So your card, Naru, is called the Flaming Fire of Divinely Inspired Activities. The Flaming Fire of Divinely Inspired Activities. Okay, so you have two words with this card. The first word is value, and the second word is vulnerable. So, there is value in being vulnerable when you go to the flaming fire of divinely inspired activities. Okay, so the flaming fire of divinely inspired activities, that would make it seem like we're going somewhere. We are inside to the to the place in us where it's most quiet. We're going in that place. We're going in there vulnerable because there's a value in going in there vulnerable. And by vulnerable, they mean like a child, a fresh mind. A fresh mind is what you need, a fresh mind. So if you have been looking for guidance in prayer or meditation, um, in any modality that would be divine. If you've been looking for inspiration, like maybe trying to find what divine activity you're meant for, and you feel like you haven't been able to find one, maybe, um, or that you haven't found value in any of them, maybe, is also something. So the key is to go in there vulnerable. You've got to go in the place. When we go to that place, we have to know that everything we know is a spell. Okay, so really, you want to go in there and go, hey, I'm here. And I realize that everything I know is some kind of a spell, some kind of a concoction, some kind of a potion that I didn't actually make up. And I know that all the thinking and all the trying to find my value, what value I might add to the world, all that kind of stuff. I can't find that because I've got all that other stuff going on. Like you just need to go there open, like you don't know, and it's okay not to know. And in the not knowing, you will be filled. It's in the knowing that we can never be filled. It's in the knowing that you can never be filled. So you've got to go in vulnerable to, to be able to even actually accept that you have value and that you bring value. And it came again. You came in with it. The spell told you didn't have it. And then we search for our value or how we're going to be valuable or all those things. So your path to finding whatever that is actually through saying to the divine, I've tried a million ways and none of them are working for me. I don't know the way. Show me the way. Give me the way. Show me one step. So that is
there is such power in that, Lisa. Don't you think when we're willing to say, like, I don't know how, I don't know the steps, show me. Like
mhm.
there is such power in that. Okay,
Sure.
so Kate says she had to leave. Please send love and prayers as her dad nears the end. Oh, so much love to you, your dad, and your family, Kate. That's such a challenging time to go through, and we're with you. We are one.
Yeah, she needs to really imagine some horseplay for herself as often as she can while that's going on, just so she has a balance between the emotion of the leaving and knowing that the leaving is happening. That would put a hardly on the fun
totally.
On a day-to-day basis. That right there.
Right?
Yeah.
Nancy says, thank you, Lisa, and thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Nancy. Nero says, thanks. And I want to thank everybody that joined us today. And I want to especially thank my beautiful friend, Lisa Star Francis Swami. Thank you for joining our party because I truly do believe that it's a party every time we get together. We're here to have fun, get messages that sometimes might feel a little bit heavy, but if we can find the fun in it, the curiosity, the interestingness, then it brings lightness. And again, I just want to remind everybody, have fun this week. Like, and get some laughter, get some good belly laughs. That's where it's at. So thank you all.
Thank
See you
you.
soon.
Thank
Love you
you.
all.
Bye. Love you. Bye.